Hi guys, how are you doing? Happy new month again. Cause come on, it's early. It's early, yeah. I still feel like June is still July. Sorry, July is still fresh. A little bit cold. I've been wearing socks a lot, but I kinda love the fact that you're in a new month, and I'm hoping, I am praying that this month is going to be a little bit better and a little bit easier for us. Today on Storytime series, as usual, it's the first story for this month. And if you have not watched my Storytime series, during this quarantine season, I started a Storytime series on my channel, and people have been receptive of them, and I thank you so much. So today we are on our first story time for the month of July, and if you have not watched the first 3 stories that I've done on my YouTube channel, then I'm definitely going to put a link on the description of this video so that you can go back and watch them. And if you're new here, welcome to I Am a Beautiful Story family, and we love visitors. So the thing to do is click on that red link and subscribe, and also turn on your post notifications because new videos come up every Tuesdays and Fridays, and we are monetized. By the way, I can't just get over the fact that I am monetized. And also we hit 4,000 subscribers last week, so asanteni sana to everybody watching this video. So today I have this story. I know I promised a different story on Facebook, but itabidi mzoe. Hata stadium za campaign muliambua stadium 5 sijaziona bado, so itabidi tumzoe. But anyway, no, I'm not that such kind of person. I just I felt like I should share this story instead of the Msani story. I'll share that one next week on Tuesday. So once upon a time, not very long ago, I meet Mr. Man. Today I want us to give these people a name. Let's call him I'm trying to find a name of a person who I have never almost dated, almost went to a date with, or anything of that sort. Let's call him Chris. I've never met a guy called Chris. Is that strange? Anyway, not like I've met guys called Chris, but they've really never been dating interests or anything. So I met Mr. Chris, I think online, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think I met him online. So we went for a date. The first date was so terrible. Oh my god, it was the what I think I've gone to some few worst dates, but I think that is like a second worst. There is something like that. Yeah. So I met Mr. Chris online. The chatting, too much chatting, and then boom, we're going for a date. So we went for a date in a club. That is the reason why I said it was the worst date ever. So we went for a date in a club. And the reason why I don't like club dates is because they're more of people shouting. Like there's too much noise, and this whole vibe of, yeah, that is what I was saying. You laugh for things you did not hear. You respond to things you didn't hear. So this is my advice to young men who are looking to date and want to take a woman on a first date. Don't take her to a club. It's a bad idea. It is especially if it's someone you want to know. It is a very, very bad idea. Okay, just take them to a place where the both of you can communicate easily, and a club is not one of those places. So we went to this club. We were talking, and definitely I could not hear like 90% of the things he was saying. I was just saying, wow, I see, nice, wow, very wonderful. Yeah, but I don't even remember what we talked about. So date 2 was the house date, his house. which was actually quite classy. I don't know whether ladies have ever experienced this, where you go to a house and you're like, damn, I should be married in this house. I can be waking up at 4 a.m. to bake things for him. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it was that type of bachelor house. So Mr. Chris lived in a really decent, nice house, and he was there. There was nothing physical that happened that particular day, so we're just there. He was drinking his beer. I was there trying to impress with my Del Monte. I don't drink alcohol, so yeah, definitely the only thing I could drink was Del Monte or soda. So I was there with my soda and Del Monte, and I'm like, yeah, you know. But I did not know that Mr. Chris was auditioning to find a wife. Actually, that is something that came to hit me years later after I had known him. Now we had become friends and stopped the almost dating thing, because we never dated. We almost dated though. And I will tell you why we never dated as we continue with this video. So I went back home, and then he's like, you should come and visit more often. How do you feel if I'd make that your house? I was 22, I think. And at 22, I did not have any plans of getting married. Don't want to speak about right now, because if I do, you are going to attack me in my comment section. So, when the date was over, we met for the third date. So this looked like a prospect potential datee, if that is a word. So, we met in a club again. By the way, ladies, if he takes you to a place you don't like, please ensure that you just say, I don't like this place, because the more you keep quiet, the more they keep taking you to that place. So yeah, and I didn't speak up. I was okay, let's just go. At 22, I was not very expressive, by the way. So Mr. Chris takes me again to the same club that I did not like, that I just keep laughing and saying, yeah, I see. Yes. And after the whole date, the third date now, he told me we should go to his place. Remember, up until this moment, I have not told Mr. Chris that I am living with HIV. I have not opened up to him. And please, guys, as you listen to this video, kindly tuelewane. If you do not understand what I said, please go back and watch again, because I did some videos somewhere and somebody took it out of context. So please don't take this out of context, okay? So we go to his place again after the club now. So on our way home, of course, we entered one of those joints in town, bought chips, chicken, then we went home. On reaching home, tukakula ile chipo na kuku. We ate the chips and chicken. It's just that this story is sweet in Swahili. So we ate the chipo and chicken, and there's something about chipo, the local chipo and chicken. When you eat it in town versus when you take it home. When you eat it in town, it slaps so differently. It is so sweet, like you can't just control it. It is unexplainable. But when you take it home, it's just there. You only eat it because you're hungry most of the time. And for me, actually, I think most of the time it tastes better the following day. The same day, it still has some stuff I don't like. Anyway, so we eat our chipo and chicken. I get into the shower, I shower, and then I tell him, so me, I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm going to sleep on the couch. He's like, huh? My couches are not for sleeping. I'm like, what time am I going to sleep? So he tells me, you're going to sleep in the bedroom with me. I tell him, no, I can't sleep in the bedroom with you. Up until this time, I have not been able to tell him I am living with HIV. I can't start disclosing at that particular moment. It's just not cool. So what do? I just find a way of not sleeping with him. So I tell him, no, I can't sleep with you at this moment. I just don't feel comfortable. I just want to sleep on the couch. Then he tells me, you can't sleep on my couches because my couches are for sitting. So what I do, I have a spare room. It doesn't really have a bed, so you just have to sleep on the floor, and it does not have a mosquito net, so we just have to bear with the mosquitoes. Hey, fam, the mosquitoes were real. This sleeping down. The sleeping on the ground rather. There was a mattress though, but it's just like on the floor. But the mosquitoes. Hi. And do you know, mosquitoes are so annoying. So annoying, like they're super annoying in a way that you feel like waking up and just beating them up. It's just that they're small, tiny insects and you can't do anything about it. So I'm just there persevering. That is the word I was looking for. Persevering the noise and unknowing disturbance of these tiny insects that don't want me to sleep. So they're just like in my ears, and I'm like, oh, why? I left my bed for this. God, Jesus, my village people have followed me everywhere. So at some point in the middle of the night, I seriously wanted to just stand up and just go and tell him, you know what? I put my pride aside. Okay, I do. Please, just take me in. But then at home, I'm a Leo, okay? I'm an 8th August child. We don't like go back on our pride, okay? We stand by our pride. So I was there. I slept with my mosquitoes till morning. It is me, them, and the. So in the morning, he wakes up. He's like, "Why didn't you even tell me that you? Why did you refuse to come and sleep in the bed with me?" So I'm like, do I tell him at this particular moment? Do I just not tell him at this moment? But then I said, no. Kufa dereva, kufa gari, conductor abaki na change. I continued. I told him nothing. I just wasn't ready, and that was it. I still had a good night. So he told me, okay, fine, no problem. Then he started complaining that I had not woken up in the morning to ensure that I had ironed his clothes, that I had made him breakfast. I'm like, boy, you want me to do wife duties on a situationship contract? What is that? What are those? I don't get it. I can't get it. You know? So he told me, you know what? I used to have this ex of mine who would come, wash my utensils, boil grains for me. I'm like, okay, and you did not marry her because of why? Why did you not marry her? Because clearly there is no way I am waking up after having a very terrifying night with mosquitoes. I wake up in the morning to really. Anyway, after that small, tiny, mini argument, we went to town. So there is this friend of mine who was bringing me something. So because we had agreed to meet her early in the morning, and when he was leaving, there was too much traffic coming to town. So we had to take a train. Actually, I think the train part of this story is the most interesting part, not even the mosquito. Every time I tell my colleagues this story, they laugh because of the train part. Moment of silence for me. So what he told me is, because we can't take the matatus, the public transport, so let's just take a train. So by the time we were crossing the road to catch the train, it was almost leaving. So we had to run after the train. me and physical exercise are like this. We don't meet. We are parallel lines. I ran to catch that train. Child. So because he was ahead of me, so he ran, he was like at the door and he's like, give me your hand. Just give me your hand. It was sort of kind of romantic. But I can't call that romantic. I can just say that it was just a spur of the moment type of thing. But it was bad. So, and with the trains that come from the Eastlands part, Okay, Nairobi public trains are usually so full. They're not like the abroad trains that are a little bit nicer and there is space. So this one was so full, we had to stand. So we stood, I think around 30-25 minutes we went down. So after that, he told me, do you know, like yesterday was my birthday? No, it wasn't the previous day. It was the same day actually. That was his birthday. He was like, he did not tell me that, you know, yesterday was my birthday. He got a text from his bank wishing him happy birthday. And I'm like, okay, it was his birthday. He deserved some birthday sex. But no. I told him, happy birthday. Yeah, just like that. And then he went to his office. I went to school. I went to pick the stuff that my friend had promised me, and then I went to school. And then after that, we never actually talked until like 2 or 3 years later, when now he saw me come out on TV, and then he's like, so the whole reason you refused to sleep with me that night was because you were living with HIV and you did not tell me. And I told him, yeah, because I don't owe you a disclosure. And I didn't know how to disclose to you. So I just decided, you know what, I took the easy way out. The mosquito way. You can just call it the mosquito way. It's better. So after that, we're just friends. Actually, I think he recently married, if I'm not wrong, but we're just friends. Well, not even friends, we're more of acquaintances, I can say. But what I'm trying to say is disclosure becomes easier and relationships become easier when you disclose. Otherwise, if you have not disclosed, it's going to be hard. You're going to get yourself in situations where you and mosquitoes share rooms and people think you're weird because you just couldn't say it. It's better you say it, they leave you in town, you take a matatu and go back home, than you just don't say it at all and then you find yourself in the situation like me. But anyway, that was my younger self. My current self doesn't do that. My current self just tells you, hey, I'm living with HIV. You want me, you stay. You don't want me, you continue working, because at the end of the day, life is a journey. That doesn't complete. But I don't tell you my story so that you can like feel pity on me. Somebody did that to me and I'm like, no, not really, you know. Yeah, I just tell you my stories because I want you guys to learn something from me, that apart from living with HIV, I still have a normal, dramatic life. Yeah, so that's all for today's story time. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.